When you're alone and life is making you lonely, you can always go.
Ach, tun.
Hey guys, my name's Sam and welcome to the Driving Home Reviews podcast. This is a podcast that features mine and my girlfriend Hannah's unfiltered, spoiler-filled thoughts about films we've just seen on the drive home. Just a heads up, there's a lot of strong language, full spoilers, obviously, and a lot of comments about what we see on the road, so we hope you enjoy. For this week's episode, we went and saw Last Night in Soho, which is the newest film from Edgar Wright off of, like Hot Fuzz, Shaun of the Dead, Baby Driver, and that other one, I can't remember what it was. Anyway, it's got Thomasin McKenzie in it, it's got Anya Taylor-Joy, Matt Smith. It's about a girl in modern day, we think, who goes to Uni of Arts London, and then she just has a bit of a trip and goes a bit mad and goes back in time. But yeah, did we think it was any good? Let's find out. What did you think of that?
I really like that.
Yeah.
I enjoyed. A bit hazy at the end, but I will forgive because I enjoyed the rest of it.
Yeah, the end did tail off a bit for me as well.
Literally
I was just a bit like
that stairs scene.
Do you mean because it lasted for so long?
Yeah.
I'm right. I need to be in the middle lane, don't I?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Move over, you. Move over, you bastards.
I think you can go around it both. I'm not 100%.
It's just that one's going left, isn't it?
Yeah, that was going to Lex.
Let's get the fuck out of there then. yeah, the ending just fell down just a little bit too much.
Yeah, and it did drag on, because then when she was in the room as well with all the men, and
yeah,
I was like, oh, come on, we get it. But no, yeah. I was a bit confused at the start as to what period it was set in.
Yeah, right up until when she got on the train at first and then she had the Beats headphones.
Yeah.
Because I was like, very 60s, and I thought, and then the taxi that picked her up, it looked like a fucking P-Reg car or something, and I was like, because I was like, if this is a normal taxi,
is this like 90s?
Yeah, and I was like, yeah, and then I thought, maybe it is, because they don't really make a point, in the one trailer that we've seen.
Yeah.
Because I've not seen any other trailers for it, have you?
No, only
the Toad.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the only one I've seen. And they don't give a lot away in that. They just sort of say, she likes fashion, darling.
Yeah. I think you can pick up that she's kind of flashing back to Anya Taylor-Joy's life, but you don't know when. When from. What period is she in?
To start with, I thought, oh god, this could be a really convoluted way of it, turning out that Anya Taylor-Joy's her mum or something.
Yeah.
You know what? It was just one of them where I was like, is this
Please no.
Because because we weren't sure of how big the time frame was. So I was like, what?
Yeah.
And then when she had her Beats, and then it was a London Midland railway, I was like, oh, okay, so it's normal. So it's modern day then. That's fine. Okay, cool.
Yeah. And yeah, I think it was. It's not like it was slow in the beginning, but
it kind of was.
It was a little while.
Yeah, it was.
All just it felt a bit like. Was it Saint Maud? Did she have a similar thing where? Yeah, I am. It's a bit like Saint Maud, where you're watching her go about her daily life and doing whatever, and it's like, where are the thrills? Where's the spoops?
Oh, jeez, you fucking idiot! Keep clear, you fucking arseholes! It means you keep fucking clear. We're now going to take a short break from the regular podcast, as Sam has a little bit of a breakdown for a good couple of minutes about people who got in the way of the traffic. But we'll now restore you back to your normal scheduled podcasting. Bring your room to your go, you fucking arsehole! Fuck me!
It's okay.
She's a fucking prick. I hope she fucking crashes.
Breathe.
Teach her a fucking lesson.
Inhale. And exhale.
Yeah, no, I know what you mean though, because it was quite
Like, I liked the whole, you know,
Like one.
like showing that she's a bit different, she's a bit kooky.
Yeah, I like.
Also, her fucking roommate, I would have moved out.
Oh.
She was a dickhead. I
Fucking
was like,
Jacinda. What's her name?
Joe Castor? Like, what?
Yeah.
What a
Whatever
pretentious name.
Whatever a stupid.
Fuck off.
I was like, all right, we get it. You want us to hate this person.
Edit.
You don't have to throw everything at the book.
Why couldn't have you just given her a normal name? Oh, mate, she's a dickhead. But she was also, you know, I think everyone has experienced someone like that in their life.
You're
before,
fucking
haven't they?
too right, you have.
Very.
Literally, when she was
on
the fucking
nose.
one-upper, wasn't she?
Uh-huh.
And she was like, oh yeah, my life, mum killed herself. Sad.
Yeah.
And then she was like, oh well, I had an uncle that killed
Oh,
himself.
my great
actually.
uncle did that too. Oh, so I get it.
Oh.
Honey.
Oh God, why is that sum up? It's always at uni that you meet those people as well, isn't it? You're just like, just shut the fuck up.
It's that classic, like, trying to assert dominance.
Yeah,
Like, oh,
and you're
yeah,
just
well,
like-
I'm pretty cool.
Fuck off. When she
Yeah.
was there like, oh yeah, well I've got my fucking Maserati, fucking, I've got my leather jacket, but it was before she moved and she was a massive fucking bitch. Like, shut the fuck up. No one likes you.
I did think, I was like, I don't want...
I hope she's not going to be a main character.
Yeah.
But then I was also like, if she dies, to quote Rocky 4, she dies. She dies.
Well,
Like,
yeah.
Fuck it.
Exactly.
And I thought that's where it was going to go, because I
Yeah.
thought from the trailers, obviously you can only really sort of get a certain amount of stuff, but you sort of got the gist from the trailers that she was like, oh, Anya Taylor-Joy is pretty cool, she's a pretty cool girl.
Yeah.
And then I thought, she's gonna like fucking put her in her place or like kill her by accident, sort of
Yeah.
thing.
Well,
Well,
nearly did.
Fucking nearly got a pair of scissors in the
Psycho
old,
in the library.
pair of scissors in the eye, wasn't it? I was like, oh, she.
But yeah, I'm glad that she didn't turn out to be like much of a
Yeah,
focus
it
point.
just enough
was
of
just there,
a
wasn't
catalyst to get the story going.
Yeah, but then she
And I was like,
didn't
yeah,
really see
alright.
much else of her. I'm like,
Yeah.
cool.
Other than,
So I was happy with that.
but then every time I saw her, I was just like, you fucking.
Edit.
Oh.
It's like, dickhead.
I was like, you've done well there to make me hate a character just by her being on screen in the background.
Yeah.
I was like, just shut the fuck up. I think like you said, it taps into that. We've all met someone like that who's just a fucking prick, and we just can't be arsed with.
And then, of course, the old lady. Did you guess that she was Anya Taylor-Joy?
I thought I had an inkling, and
when she first moved in,
yeah,
and she was like, "Oh, I don't like no men in here," and oh,
yeah.
I was like, I think this is Anya Taylor-Joy, and then this threw me off guard when she died.
Yeah, I think that because I sort of thought, is this her? And then it just sort of settled in the back of my mind, and then well, obviously we thought we saw her dying, and then I was like, oh,
Maybe it was.
never mind then. But then I thought, well, why aren't we seeing her in any flashbacks?
Yeah.
Because I was like, she's had it so long, she must. Oopsie daisy, I was in the wrong gear.
Well, because she'd be younger.
Well, no, yeah, but I was just thinking, she was in. You see that house quite a lot in the flashbacks. Why aren't we seeing her, the landlady?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I thought, because it felt like you saw everyone,
Yeah.
and I was like, I feel like we've seen the relevant people to know who's in this flashback and who's not in this flashback, sort of thing, you know.
Yeah.
Although the little switch, and I would say the twist switcheroo thing, but my God, was it obvious?
What?
You know, the old man.
Oh, the man.
The old man.
Yeah.
And then, because I was like, is that Matt Smith? And I was like,
Yeah.
maybe. But then as soon as the other guy, was it Sam Claflin?
Yes.
Claflin, yeah.
I had no idea he was going to be in it,
I don't,
and it took me a hot minute to
yeah.
realise it was him.
Because I was like, this guy looks really familiar.
And then
I was
I was
like,
like-
I've seen those handsome cheekbones before.
Yeah.
Where are they? And then
then
I
it
was like, it's Sam.
It was the charming smile, and I was like,
yeah,
oh,
there
it's
he is.
Sammy boy.
There he is. But yeah, as soon as he shot up, and I was like, he's got those steely blue eyes that old man has. That's obviously him.
Yeah.
And then I was like,
And also random because he didn't appear again in
Yeah.
like the flashbacks. So it was strange to just throw him in for him to not be relevant again.
Which is sort of what made me like, well, we're not seeing this old woman, so
that's
probably is her.
Yeah.
And then I did think, I was like, is she a ghost? Is she a ghost? Maybe she a ghost.
Oh, it's not a bad shot. I didn't think that. I don't think of that.
Like I said, it was a fleeting moment of like, because I was like, there's obviously some
but she could have been.
I was like, there's obviously some mental shit going on in there.
Oh, the dog's only got 3 legs. Oh, so cute.
Yeah, I fully did not have any idea where it was going and what the story was going to be, and I quite enjoyed it.
I was there for the ride.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it, yeah.
I liked... Now, I'm going to sound really fucking like pretentious here, but like, the film really had like a sticky, dirty atmosphere, didn't it? Like seedy, should I say?
Yeah, no,
like,
it did.
It just, because there was it just
felt gross.
It felt dirty.
Yeah.
And but then I liked how it sort of, like, I don't know, like it really sort of like suckered me in.
It did. It made me feel like I was there in that gross nightclub being pawned off by a pimp.
Yeah, and it sort of like made like I liked the way it didn't show the 60s through these like rose tinted
absolutely.
glasses or whatever the fuck it is, and it was like,
absolutely.
or it sort of did at the beginning, and then it was like, oh, actually it's like seedy as fuck.
Yeah.
And I liked, I mean, didn't like it, but like, you know. You know what I mean?
But no, because they do in all films. It's like, oh yeah, the 60s are so glamorous and so wonderful and so nice, and but no.
I feel like, you know, because I mean, it's an Edgar yeah.
That guy.
What the fuck is that? Oh, it's a bag. I thought it was a fucking duck or something. Well, it was too long to be like a hedgehog or something that had been run over.
Yeah.
What was I going to say? Yeah,
An Edgar Wright film.
Because it's an Edgar Wright film, I don't for one second believe that there's anything that's not. Everything that you see on screen is meticulously placed there.
Yeah.
And I feel like the James Bond, you know, the poster for James Bond, Thunderbolts.
Yeah.
At the beginning, I feel like, you know, obviously that was there to set the time period. You're like, okay, it's 1960 something.
Yeah.
For James Bond, but I feel like it's almost a bit of like an allegory for that sort of like looking back at like James Bond films of the 60s and 70s. And it's like, you know, initially it starts out where you're like, oh my god, you know, this is great, you know, back in the day it was James Bond, you know, he was a great guy, all the women and all that sort of shit. But then when it's like, you know, when you revisit it with a different point of view and you're like, mate, that fucking Sean Connery, obviously no disrespect to Sean Connery, because he did, but the fact that he was a fantastic actor anyway, but like, you know, when you go back and you watch it and you're like, my god, this guy is a fucking creep, and like just a fucking eek. So I don't know if that was the point that Edgar Wright was making with that, or I've just inferred it too much, as film students tend to do. But like I said, there's just not anything that there's nothing that Edgar Wright puts in his, like, he doesn't just do shit. Like, you know, I feel like there is a point to it.
Yeah, and it does make sense. There's all these seedy men being all creepy and gross with women, and look, they're doing that in real life. Like,
yeah, and just that sort of like that sheen of
they're
like,
all trying to be James Bond.
Yeah, and that sheen of like, oh, Matt Smith's different. He ain't. He's the worst of the lot.
He is the worst of the lot.
But then there was also, you know, that bit where she goes to her own club, quotation marks, and she's, you know, it's the first show that she does, and it turns out she's just part of the act or whatever.
Yeah.
And just, you know, when Ellie was sat there, man, I did not feel comfortable in that room full of old white men.
Yeah.
I was just like, ugh.
Yeah.
And fuck me, if that's what it's like for a woman to feel that way, good God. Because I'm sure it probably is. in a room full of just old white men. Oh, that feeling must be fucking horrendous.
Yeah.
But yeah, because it was literally like just her, and then that whole like
everyone else in
bottom
there.
floor thing, whatever it was, the stalls or whatever they're called. It was just like, oh, it was just full of seedy old men, and I was just like, oh, it's fucking grim and weird. You're all like greasy, like the fucking 60s. Like, oh, you're all sweaty and thinning on top. I was like, ugh, you're also dirty.
Dirty.
Yeah, dirty boys.
I realised that actually I kept laughing in that film as well, even though there was like nothing particularly funny. But like in that flashback and obviously the first few flashbacks, she's just fucking there in her pyjamas.
Oh yeah, in a PJ. Like it's just, everyone's there in their like suits and fancy dresses, and then she's there in like a jammy top with fucking like daisies and stuff on it or whatever it was.
Dancing with Matt Smith in like her vest top and her checkered pyjama trousers.
Yeah.
I was like, this is so weird. Also some questionable accents, kind of.
Who did you think from? Oh, they finally got.
Well, I thought from Ellie at the start, because I was like, is this just an English accent, or is this like southern, like?
Sorry, my lover.
Yeah, because there was a bit of that, and then she seemed to be more Cornish when she got to uni, and I don't know if that's because she was around other people that weren't from there.
Because it's Jacinta.
And then,
oh, hello, darling.
Yeah, because then obviously
hold my coat while I snort my baggie.
Some of them were quite, and then obviously what's his name, John, was very like London.
Oh mate.
And then the man in the taxi who was like proper London.
Oh yeah. Ugh.
And then
men are gross, man. Ugh.
Anya Taylor-Joy also was quite posh English, but then with a little bit of London thrown in, and I was like, what is this accent?
Same with Matt Smith as well.
Yeah.
Like he was like, oh, hello, Anya Taylor-Joy, my darling, how you doing?
It's like
ready.
Like they forgot that we need to be in London, so we all need to talk fucking Danny Dyer.
Please, hey, don't, mate. Fucking Snooper Loopy, mate. But I must say, Anya Taylor-Joy's, her accent was really good though, I thought. Yeah. Like, I'm fully with you on you forgot you were a Cockney, but she never forgot she was British.
Oh no.
She never forgot she was British. I love you, no?
I'll give her that, for sure. But yeah, just a little bit of...
But, you know, it's quite refreshing just having like normal accents as well in like a film.
Yeah.
And not just like, oh, well, it's set in Britain, so we all need to talk like we're from Britain. Like, you know, it was like...
Alright, it was a mixed bag.
Yeah.
It was a mixed bag.
A mixed bag of, like, good and bad.
I mean.
Well, no, not even good or bad. Like, they were good. It was just the strength of the accent sort of didn't really come through at times.
Yeah. But yeah, John. Oh, John.
What a guy.
I wasn't sure about him at first.
No. You know when you first...
He was just very, like, overly smiley. I was like, why are you smiling so much?
No offence to him, but he had a lot of teeth. You know, there's just people who just have big teeth.
Yeah, he did.
And he did have just, like, some big old teeth.
Yeah.
Oh, alright then, dickhead. Never mind. Fucking pull onto the slip road going well quick, and then it's like, oh, actually, I'll just stop. It's like, no, it's a fucking slip road, dickhead. I moved over. Dafty. But no, I love that bit, you know, and he was like, she was like, oh, you've come a long way. And he was like, apparently she's Welsh now.
Yeah.
But yeah, when she's like, oh, you know, I came a long way, and he's like, oh, where'd you come from? And he's like, oh, yeah, I know. It's like, I came from South London to North London. And I was like, nice, bruh.
Yeah. Everyone else at the cinema like that too.
Yeah.
And when he said about his car.
Yeah, when he was like, it's a bit of a drive from South to North. I was like,
a car? Well, how else would I get from South London to North London? A train?
Yeah, the underground.
What do you mean?
It's probably cheaper than having a fucking car in London. And I don't believe for 1 second that you're like I'm pretty sure it was like a 52 plate Corsa. I don't believe for one second that that's... The tax on that would be fucking through the roof, mate. Especially in London. Road tax, the insurance.
Maybe that was like a, I don't know, an inside London joke. I
Maybe,
don't know.
yeah.
Trying to pretend like North London and South London are really far apart.
Yeah, but just. Oh, actually, we probably should get into that because people. I feel like that's like the north-south divide across the whole bloody country. But no, I enjoyed it. I think I was quite unsure at the start, and I was quite unsure for most of it, just because I didn't know where it was going.
Yeah.
But then where it ended up, I did quite like.
Yeah, I'm happy that we've come here and ended up here.
Yeah, because it was just that bit on the stairs where where old Alex taking a while. My only beef is when it's like when they don't introduce characters by their first names, because that just makes me like, especially with like past stuff, and it just made me think there's a reason you've not introduced. There's a reason you've not introduced this old boy's name.
Yeah.
And I know why. It's because it's not Matt Smith.
No, it's not
because
Jack.
she would have called him Jack by any point.
It's Lindsay!
Oh god, yeah, that was funny as well, wasn't it?
She said his name like
Jack.
4 times.
No, it's Lindsay.
No, it's Lindsay. I've just said it.
Am I thinking that's her off of Mr. Brown's Boys?
Oh, I don't know. I haven't seen it. I can tell you.
You've never seen an episode?
No.
Oh god, my fucking granddad. Oh god, he used to fucking love it.
Don't.
It's one of the worst.
My grandparents loved it too.
Oh, I don't get it.
No.
I was like, ugh, it's fucking garbage. Anyway,
she's from that.
I'm pretty sure she's from that, and I'm pretty sure she plays. Ugh, what the fucking? No, it's Saturday.
Saturday traffic.
What was I gonna say?
She plays. She's in Mr. Brown's Boys.
That was what I was going to say.
Oh.
She is in it, I believe. I feel like, as with everything, Edgar Wright, all look fantastic. You know that bit with the, when she was in the nightclub and it was like the strobe light stuff?
Yeah.
I was a bit like, ooh, and then it just changed to that one red light. I thought that looked fucking fantastic. And then, all the shots and everything, when they were dancing at the beginning, I was like, admittedly, it was a bit painfully obvious when, when Matt Smith literally threw her out the camera frame and then someone else, and then he did the switcheroo between the two.
What bit?
At the beginning when they're dancing, and they were like interchanging them both quite often.
Oh yeah.
And he'd literally be like, yeah, and he'd like throw his arm right off the side and like launch her, and then pull her back and be like, haha, I got someone else. And I was like, not the subtlest of camera cuts, but there is only so much you can do with that sort of stuff. And plus, if you try and CGI that sort of shit, it just looks a bit janky.
Yeah.
Speaking of janky CGI,
that must have been well fun to film though. Imagine like those three doing a little dance scene together, being yeet her off, pull her in, like do a little
because there was like one bit where it was like it looked like Matt Smith had like wheeled Anya Taylor-Joy off to like the right of the camera, and then Thomas and Mackenzie just like snuck up on the left, like and I was like, that's fun, isn't it? Like
yeah.
This person is making me very nervous about crossing the road.
Safe place, woman.
Very erratic with her.
Crazy lady.
Looked like she was just gonna go. Wonky CGI. Cilla Black. I was like, when she first walked in, and I was like, is that Cilla Black? And then it was like, oh, they're talking to Cilla Black over there. I thought I should call her Cilla. Like,
Is this woman running or walking?
She's.
I really should laugh, but that was funny.
Fair play to her for doing exercise, of course.
God,
no
yeah,
judging
of
for that. But she looks like one of the speedwalkers off of Olympics.
Yeah.
But
it's
not.
the arms.
Yeah. Like she's putting more effort in her arms than her legs. Yeah.
But yeah,
Was that CGI? I couldn't tell.
I don't know her. No.
It just, to me, it just looked really weird. She didn't look like a real person.
No,
And I
she
think
had
it-
like a
Like a CGI glow
funny,
about
yeah,
her.
a funny sheen.
And I think that was it. That's what sort of like threw me off. All right, then, if you're not going to go do that. I thought the music was good as well.
The music was good, yeah. Yeah.
I mean, Edgar Wright films, he always has good. The thing is, he does do good films.
Yeah.
And I did think, I was like, will the magic have worn off by this? Maybe. Probably not.
He's a man that knows what he's doing.
Yeah, like, you know, there's that bit where she runs it. I think it's the end bit where she's running through like Carnaby Street. Carnaby Street? Carnaby Row? Whatever the fuck it is.
Yeah.
And then I remembered back at the beginning, she had the Carnaby thing, like, on her bedroom door at the beginning.
Yeah,
And I was
yeah,
just like,
she
oh
did,
my
yeah.
god. I was like, what? I was like, this is... Gives me that sort of Jordan Peele vibe, you know, with like, you know, the beginning of Us.
Yeah.
And then like, you know, there's that that like slow zoom at the beginning when she's watching the weird advert where it's like, "Hands across America."
Yeah.
Blah blah blah.
Yeah.
And then if you look, and then like there's just so much stuff like dotted throughout. I just love shit like that. I'm like, yes.
Little nonce.
See Venom 2? This is what you could be doing. Yeah, fucking idiots. Like this is a film where someone's put effort into it and they give a shit about making films, not just
It's like
fucking...
a whole realised story, isn't it?
Yeah, it's not just, oh, well, we'll just, Venom, it's Venom, but there's a red one. And we'll do it over the course of one night. I'm like, no, do it over 2 nights. Or do it over this, where it kind of takes weeks, months, who knows? Or just sort of blows into one, doesn't it?
Look at the little doggy.
Right.
He doesn't like cars. Bark, bark. I hope everyone could hear that.
Either that or it's fucking crazy.
Oh.
God, that fucking house is... Some of those Halloween
The balloon
decorations. But no, I really enjoyed it. I was a bit sceptical going in because I did think, oh, do I like Edgar Wright a little bit too much for this? Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I've seen a couple of people say that it's not as good as... Oh, was that a bit? With the wheels off.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've seen a couple of people say that it did sort of tail off to the end, and I know what I meant to say to you as well before. Did it not give you In Fabric vibes a little bit? You know, the one about the killer dress,
Yeah.
like with all the fucking neon, the weird close-ups.
Yeah.
It felt. I mean, this was a much better
And the
version.
red.
Yeah, and the dressmaking and all that sort of stuff. But I
Yeah.
mean, obviously, this was
Get that a little bit, yeah.
a much better film than In Fabric. That was fucking shite. I really did not like that.
That was shite.
But no, yeah, I just got that sort of vibe from it, which I liked. You know, it was a very art housey film with a big budget and done by a director that likes films. But no, I really enjoyed it. Thoroughly enjoyed. Looked nice. Sounded nice. Well acted. Well directed.
All those good
5
things.
stars. 5 whole stars out of the 5 things that I always usually say about a film. But no. I just kind of wish you'd seen a bit more Matt Smith though.
Do you think?
Just a little
I
bit.
feel like I saw a lot of him.
Yeah, like, because there was that point where when you realised that he was the pimp and he was the bad guy. Or a particular version of a bad guy. And yeah, I just kind of wish just a little bit more.
Yeah.
But I think that's just because I do actually like Matt Smith and I just want him to do well, you know?
Yeah.
Like you know, and obviously not to diminish his part in this, because his part in this was very good and all that sort of stuff. But just like, you know, but then I don't know how much bigger the role could have been, because it felt like a very much like a story. Just
I felt
about
like he was in
fucking-
there enough.
Yeah.
He was in it quite a lot.
I think I just maybe just wish could have seen him be a bit more charming at the beginning, before the the
Yeah.
betrayal and the deceit. But that's, like I said, that's just because maybe I fancy Matt Smith a little bit, because I'm like, you're a little bit handsome.
This isn't about nice men.
No, no, it's not. That's no, but like the contrast, I think, would have been a bit. Because I did think, I was like, you've just got a bit of a weird leer about you, haven't you? But I just think, yeah, maybe just a little bit more charmant. But, oh God, some of the men in this were fucking grim. I'm also, you know when he went into the ballroom, like right at the beginning when she went in,
Yeah.
and she walked past, like, there was like a row of old men, and it's literally like, you know when she got to the bottom of the stairs and she walked past a load of them. I'm at least 50 or 60% sure that one of those men was James Cameron or James Cromwell, who played. Have you seen Babe? You know the farmer?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it was either him or James Cameron in the film.
Surely not. When did Babe come out? Surely that man's like dead.
Because he was old in that.
Yeah.
And that came out in like that was like mid-90s.
It's like 20 odd years ago.
But he's one of those guys who just keeps cropping up in things, and he always plays a bad guy.
8 years ago. I used to love Babe.
Yeah. That'll do, pig.
That'll do, pig. Highly rate.
Highly rate as well. One other thing. Did you notice? I liked the use of mirrors.
The mirrors
In quite a lot of it.
Yeah, definitely.
Because I don't know if I'm sure, I don't know why I'm being like, oh, I don't know if you notice this. But you know when they're in the car, and like, I liked the way that, you know, every time they were sat with a mirror, and it always felt like Thomasin McKenzie was watching it.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't
rather than actually being.
Yeah, she
Anya
wasn't.
Taylor-Joy.
She wasn't sat like Anya Taylor-Joy. She was sat there like.
And she was
like looking
in
at it, and I thought that was really clever. Because I did think, I was like, this gimmick's from the trailer, like, you know, because in the trailer they have that, don't they? You know, when she first goes in and she's like, oh, take off my dress and my coat, and then she does the fucking like the pointy flick into the mirror or whatever.
Yeah. And it makes it look like she is her kind of thing.
Yeah, and I thought this could get a
body or
bit.
something, but
This could get a bit annoying.
yeah.
But then I quite liked that. Yeah, the way it framed and
just
the way the
her.
mirrors worked was like, it was like a window, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And I thought that was really good. I like that.
Which I guess is what, you know, at the beginning when her gran was like, oh, you know, be careful, look after yourself kind of thing, because obviously she kept seeing her dead mother.
Yeah. Is this film just a big allegory for, like, sexual abuse survivors? No, it's not really. Maybe. Maybe a little bit.
Yeah, maybe.
Just because, you know, the ghosts of all, like, the fucking creepy old horrible blokes.
Yeah.
Coming in and getting her and all that sort of stuff. Yeah, gross. Because I forgot about the final twist at the end, where it turned out that fucking Anya Taylor-Joy had actually just killed all the men anyway, and I was
Fucking
like,
killed
I was
them.
fully like, oh shit, okay.
Like, go on,
And then
man.
burying them in the floorboards and shit. I was like, gross.
How do you think she was going to kill Ellie then? Because, you know, she'd obviously poisoned her tea or whatever.
That's what made me think. Do you think the reason that she started
she's
tripping?
gonna
Do
die.
you think the reason she started tripping balls was because, you know, when she first went and she gave her tea?
Yeah.
Do you think? No.
Did she give her tea? What, when she first moved in?
Yeah. You know what
No,
I mean?
I think she was. I think she's someone who's in touch with the supernatural.
Yeah.
She's one of them. Yeah.
Oh, I swear there was a point as well at the beginning. You know when Anya Taylor-Joy starts running off? You know, in the new club.
Which time?
Yeah, she does a lot of running off.
does a lot of
And
running
it's
off.
always fucking Matt Smith like, oi, stop running! Stop fucking
Get back
running!
here.
It's like
Where
he's a
are you going?
It's like he's a fucking lifeguard, isn't it? No running!
Walk, please.
You know when she first meets the greasy man? And the greasy man's like, oh, we should go out for a drink. And then Matt Smith, and he's like, oh, Jack doesn't mind. And he's like, oh, don't fucking mind, babes.
Yeah.
And then she gets up and runs off. I swear that he says Ellie before he says Sandy.
Yeah, maybe
Because
you
know,
did.
because it's when she gets up and walks off, that's Ellie, isn't it? In her get up, in her drag, if you will.
Yeah.
And I'm sure he said it, and then I was like, there was just like, I wouldn't mind watching this again. Just because one of them, we like pick
Probably
it up
did
again,
say it, I
and
think.
you're like, oh, actually. But yeah, I'd highly recommend as well. To wrap up, because I'm very aware that you've got to get ready for work.
Cool.
But yeah, highly recommend. Go see it. Thoroughly enjoyed. Might not be for everyone, but that's films, isn't it? So fuck it, whatever.
That is life.
Anything else? I'd get it on Blu-ray.
Yeah, I would too. Maybe we will.
Yeah, sweet. Let's roll.
Rock and roll.
And there it was, our driving home review. Very interesting. Was it controversial? Possibly. This is pre-recorded, so deal with it. Anyway, thanks for listening. And if you want to get in touch, give us a follow on Insta, Twitter, or give us a like on Facebook, where we're Driving Home Reviews. It'd be great if you could subscribe and leave a nice juicy 5-star review, and maybe I'll buy you a pint. Is this bribery? Probably. But tune in next time for another Driving Home review. Bye bye!